in honor of our 7-ish years of marriage.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's a terrible answer.
I feel like most advice when it comes to like kids or marriages and stuff like that works for certain people's marriages and kids, but everybody's different. And
That's
I
true.
try to take a lot of it with a grain of salt.
I like the advice when people say like you should always be dating your spouse. I like that because I feel like it like keeps it alive.
Yeah, well, it just reminds you to spend time and take the time to do things with that person.
Yeah.
And that can get lost very easily with
Especially,
kids and work and a lot of other things.
Obviously, our main focus right now is very much our kids. And we still get those moments to like enjoy each other, just the two of us. And I think it makes those moments even more like special. Like the fact that we were able to go to dinner in New Orleans, just the two of us.
Yep. I think every marriage, once you have kids, is going to fall into the mom and dad thing from time to time. And I think that the key to not having that be a thing is just talking to your spouse and like saying like, hey, like I really miss going out to dinner, or like whatever you miss about the moment you had with your spouse that now kind of get overshadowed because you're busier being a mom and dad and working and doing all these things, voicing that. And then if the other person is listening, hopefully they go out of their way to try and, you know, do whatever that the other person feels like they're missing out on. And I think talking to each other is a big component of any of this stuff.
I also think there is like some beauty in embracing the phase of life that we're in. Like we make it a point to like, whenever Jason's busy at the end of football season, he wasn't in the house like that frequently for a couple weeks. And so we made it a point to like speak kindly. Like I always try to like, we'll look at videos with dad, or we make sure that we tune in when he was on broadcasts. And even those little things where like as a spouse, you can appreciate that person for like the role they play as a dad in that moment, I think is really important. And it's a way to like still have that like love and affection, even if it's not able to be expressed in like a romantic, like husband and wife way.
Right.
So
Move over parenting TED Talks. The Kelce household has quietly become the internet's favorite how-to guide for raising tiny humans while living very large lives. Jason and Kylie Kelce have been dishing in their own down-to-earth way on the gloriously messy business of raising 4 girls. And if anyone could use a little Kelce wisdom right about now, it's newly engaged couple Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, who, between worldwide tours and off-season workouts, are navigating the same wild terrain: fame, family, and figuring out whose turn it is to change the diaper. Below, we take the Kelce's practical, often hilarious lessons and give them the gleeful gossip spin they deserve. Think parenting hacks wrapped in real-life anecdotes, a dash of only in this family chaos, and lots of love. The soundtrack of parenthood, we have poop calls. Let's start at the source of all parental humility, the bathroom. Kylie has publicly joked about the relentless chorus of "I'm all done pooping" that echoes through the Kelce house. It's a small domestic detail, and yet it's devastatingly relatable. Picture Kylie and Jason, mid-conversation, mid-meal, mid-podcast recording, diverted at a moment's notice by a tiny voice issuing a tiny report. So if Taylor and Travis thought parenting was glamorous, this is the first unofficial memo to the contrary. The Kelce's candor is gold. It says, yes, you'll win awards and chart singles, but you will also be on diaper duty at 2 a.m. The best part? The Kelce response is pure comic survival. They treat it like a sport. If Taylor brings her songwriting discipline to potty training and Travis brings his playbook planning, we are sold. The kitchen phone coup that made everyone talk. Kylie floated a simple but controversial policy on social media: keep the kids' phones in the kitchen, not in bedrooms. Cue the internet pylon and the think pieces. But look closer, it's not about control, it's about communal safety and sanity. The kitchen becomes the home's hub where devices are shared, calls are public, and Aunt Taylor's surprise FaceTimes are a family event rather than a private invite to celebrity chaos. Imagine the Swift clan, Beyoncé-level etiquette meets Kelce practicality. The kitchen phone roll reads like a plot device in a feel-good rom-com. Taylor, in a satin robe post-rehearsal, leans into the family kitchen for a quick call and becomes the heroine of a mini family story. Public, warm, and utterly normalizing. Fans eat that up. Nap time versus drum time and the great garage migration. Here's a line from Kylie's parental playbook: protect rhythms. That means nap times, conference calls, and the sacred quiet hours of adulthood protected at all costs. Enter young Wyatt's drum obsession and, yes, the sibling percussion trio. Cute, chaotic, and loud. So loud the solution was practical: relocate noisy practice to the garage, add padding, and introduce concert hours. If Taylor gifted 2 drum sets to her tiny nieces and changed their world forever, the Kelces found a diplomatic solution before the entire neighborhood demanded earplugs. Travis could be seen jokingly rehearsing drumline choreography in the driveway, and Taylor volleying tips on rhythm and breath control. Sing while you drum, kids could be the next viral parenting mantra. Baby-proof, then let kids be kids. Jason's signature parenting vibe, pragmatic and proudly unglamorous, is all about balance. Baby-proof the real hazards, then let curiosity lead. The Kelces aren't bubble-wrapping childhood. They're engineering safe zones where toddlers can discover, wobble, and learn cause and effect. If little Bennett trips and learns to be careful, that's a better lesson than being micromanaged into timidity. Picture Travis, who tackles Super Bowls and Super Bowl snacks, adapting the same philosophy at home. Protective? Yes. Overprotective? Not on his watch. Friends joke that Jason's motto is, glue baby Gates to the playbook, but don't bench the kid for life. Taylor, whose lyrics are full of tender honesty, likely loves the poetic justice of letting kids make tiny character-building mistakes. Division of labor, the romance of rotations. Parenting isn't glamorous, it's scheduling. Kylie and Jason's candid confessions about who answers the poop call are actually an operatic lesson in negotiation. They make a rota of duties, keep things fair, and use humor to diffuse tension. Translation for Taylor and Travis: don't romanticize chore distribution, formalize it. Imagine morning drafts where Taylor, between vocal warm-ups, takes the breakfast shift while Travis handles soccer drills and nap negotiations. It's oddly endearing. Pop star on oatmeal duty, NFL icon on bedtime defense. Their fans will adore every tiny Instagram story of Taylor balancing a baby spoon with a lyric sheet. Screen time, celebrity calls, and Aunt Taylor etiquette. Aunt Taylor calling is a highlight, but unregulated, it becomes a social currency and a source of entitlement. The Kelce solution: structure those celebrity moments. Phone calls in common areas, camera-free family time, and a gentle gatekeeping that protects kids' privacy while preserving the joy of having famous relatives. We can't resist picturing the melodrama when a tiny niece puts Taylor on speakerphone midway through a game. Hi, Auntie Tay, followed by a family sing-along. Kylie's policy keeps it communal and sweet, the kind of content that's perfect for the wholesome corners of social media. Normalize imperfection publicly and lovingly. Kylie's willingness to share the messy parts of parenting, the poop jokes, the kids' scheduling chaos, does more than generate laughs. It's an invitation. It says fame doesn't equal infallibility. The Kelce's openness reduces pressure and lets other parents breathe easier. For a newly engaged couple who will be under constant scrutiny, that's a lifeline. Fans love vulnerability. Expect a flood of supportive posts. Kylie shared she had 3 loads of laundry and still made pancakes. Same, Kylie. Taylor's fandom treats family stories like scripture. Simple admissions from Kylie become rallying cries for normal life. Practical hacks Taylor and Travis already seem to be trying. Based on Kelce lessons, here are the must-do moves, and yes, they're already doing some of them. Designate sound spaces. Guitars and drums have garages or soundproofed rooms. Already happening. Remember the drum migration. Kitchen phone policy. Keep celebrity calls shared and supervised. Imagine Taylor's charm, but make it family-friendly. Set concert hours. Kids can practice loud during predictable windows. Wyatt sticks have an official schedule. Rotate duties, avoid resentment with a fair roster. Jason and Kylie make it look like a sport. Baby-proof sensibly, secure hazards, then let curiosity roam. Teach resilience, not fear. These are the backstage hacks tabloids never used to cover, but they make for irresistible content. Fans love the notion that global stars use humble parenting tricks like everyone else. How the Kelces handle the public side of parenting? One of the Kelces' most valuable lessons is how to talk about family publicly without monetizing private struggle. Keep it honest, keep it human, don't turn every anecdote into a brand moment. Kylie's candidness feels real because it's not manufactured, and that's advice Taylor and Travis could use like gold. Expect Taylor's next interview to drop a confessional line about being surprised by how much I enjoy making PB&J, and the internet will explode with heart emojis. But the real move, keep the juicy, human stuff candid and occasional, enough to connect, not enough to dominate. The emotional core, presence over perfection. If there's one Kelce takeaway to tattoo on a wedding invitation, it's this: show up, be present. Kids crave attention more than perfection. Jason and Kylie are less about curated family photos and more about being there for the small, messy moments. For a couple balancing stadiums and recording booths, that's the most sustainable romance playbook there is. Picture a low-key morning where Taylor reads a lyric sheet to 4 sleepy girls while Travis refills cereal. Fans will swoon and pundits will call it power couple parenting in action. But behind the scenes, it's simpler: presence. That's the real headline. What to watch next: the Kelce calendar as parent bootcamp. If Taylor and Travis want to take a fast track to family zen, follow the Kelce calendar. Block out predictable quiet hours, schedule music and play windows, and keep celebrity moments communal. They should also be ready to laugh. The Kelce's wardrobe of anecdotes, malfunctioning timers, dramatic drum crescendos, and the sacred "Who's on Poop Watch" all end in laughter. Expect the internet to cherish every tiny, ordinary moment Taylor posts from now on. A clip of Travis reading a children's book with a dramatic flourish, a snapshot of a kitchen phone call with Aunt Taylor, a boomerang of a toddler's tiny drum solo. The public loves when stars are hilariously on the same team as their audience. So, Jason and Kylie Kelce have turned parental chaos into a cheat sheet: practical, funny, and full of warmth. For Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, following even a few of those lessons could mean fewer meltdown moments and more memorable family snapshots. The Kelces don't promise perfection. They promise presence, patience, and the occasional perfectly timed punchline. And honestly, that's probably exactly what the newly engaged couple needs as they lace up for the biggest season of their lives, on the field, on stage, and in the playroom.